High in the mountains of southern Colombia, suspended above a deep canyon, stands one of the most mysterious Marian shrines in the world. Not painted, not carved, not sculpted, but miraculously embedded into solid rock. Scientists cannot explain it, artists cannot recreate it, and pilgrims who stand before it often weep. This is the story of Our Lady of Las Lajas, the apparition that left heaven's image written into stone. In the 18th century, this region was wild and remote. Steep mountains, deep ravines, dangerous paths. Indigenous families traveled these trails daily, trusting only God for protection. Among them was a poor indigenous woman named Marian and her young deaf-mute daughter, Rosa. They often passed through a rocky shelter called Las Lajas, a place locals feared. One stormy day in 1754, Maria and Rosa ran for shelter beneath the rocks. Suddenly, the child froze. Rosa, who had never spoken a word, pointed toward the stone wall. And then she spoke. "There is the lady with the child." Maria turned and saw the Virgin Mary holding the child Jesus, standing upon the rock. Terrified, she fled, but heaven had already begun its work. Soon after, Rosa became gravely ill. As death approached, Maria carried her child back to the rocks and cried out to the Virgin. And then the impossible happened. Rosa was healed and she spoke clearly. Not only that, her words described the lady perfectly. The Mother of God had not only appeared, she had restored life and voice. When locals returned to the site, they saw something astonishing. The image of Mary, the child Jesus, and Saint Dominic holding a rosary was not only on the rock, it was inside the rock itself. The colors penetrate deep into the stone. No brush marks, no pigment layers, no cracks. Scientists examined it centuries later and found no paint, no preparation, no explanation. It was not created, it was revealed. Over time, devotion grew. Chapels were built, then larger ones, until finally a breathtaking basilica rose, suspended above the canyon like a prayer carved into the mountain. Pilgrims crossed dangerous bridges on foot, some on their knees, some in silence, some in tears. Faith built what hands alone could not. Healing after healing followed. Blind eyes opened, bodies restored, families reconciled, souls converted. Exvotos lined the walls, crutches, letters, photos, silent testimonies of heaven's mercy. Mary chose not a palace, but a cliff, not the powerful, but the prayer. Our Lady of Las Lajas reminds us, God speaks even in the most dangerous places. Mary walks with us across life's narrow bridges, and when faith seems impossible, heaven writes hope into stone. She still whispers, "Trust, persevere, do not be afraid." Our Lady of Las Lajas, Mother carved into the rock of our lives, intercede for us when the path is steep, when faith is fragile and hope feels far away. Lead us always to your Son. Amen.